Well, I'm hoping you can all hear me because I'm in my new spot with a new computer. And if you can hear me, say hello. If you can't hear me, tell me to. Right, I've got two computers set up here. Actually, I've got one behind me as well. So I'm just going to send this one to. I can see chat in this one, you know. Nobody said hello yet. Not sure if anyone can hear me. Hold on. Live. You can hear us. Excellent. Well, this is my new little spot. As you can see, I have a wall behind me. I am close to my thingies. I've got lights behind me to illuminate my fat head, and there, and all my books and stuff are there. And Mercurius has renewed his membership like an absolute star. Thank you. It is a hobbit hole. Yeah, I'm in a hobbit hole. Yeah, this is my new little spot. I'm tucked away in the corner of the attic now. It's a bit cozier here. It's hopefully won't interfere with the others in the house because I'm further away from the source of noise. And oh, there's Halakar. I can see Halakar's renewed his membership as well. Oh, look at that. See, I can see my own fat head there. But yes, I am. Right. I now have another computer on behind me where I can see the chat and see things properly. Unlike on StreamYard, which is a not so good for following chat. Right. Yeah. So we have Mercurius, member for 14 months. Halakar, 23 months. And I said on a stream recently something about a whale's gestation period being about 21 months. I was wrong. Whales are typically 10 to 15 months, depending on the type of whale. I should have said elephant. Elephant's gestation periods are 20 to 22 months, that sort of time. Oh, and there's Mercurius being a star. Silent Raccoon. See, I can see it now. Silent Raccoon. So whoever Silent Raccoon is, he's silent. He's silent. Did you die already? No. Was my video demonetized for misinformation? No, it wasn't. I don't monetize most of my streams now anyway, so we can say what we like on them pretty much. Good evening, Daniel. So who've we got? Of course, we've got Mercurius and Halakar, who are fighting for the green things on the screen. Straw Piglet, Andy, and Keith, and Jeb, and Daniel, and Paul. And there's actually 10 people watching, which is rather marvelous. So, in case you aren't all aware, I had a new computer delivered this week. It's a little bit more powerful. If I get any wobbles with this one, I will scream because this one's an absolute beast of a machine. Hello, Iman. You are. I knew you'd be being heroic. Wimp. Yeah, Hungar's right up there. General Nut was the first one. He beat you by an hour or two, I think, Halakar, in terms of signing up. I think you both signed up within a very short time of each other. New camera angle, new computer location. I'm in the corner of the attic on the new computer. on the beast of a machine. My other computer is, if you look, I will show you that's my previous computer there. I'll be doing a lot of recording. That's got my voice recording microphone plugged into it. This machine here is for streaming, really, and these sort of things, because it can cope with this sort of thing really, really well. And it's, of course, it's for gaming, very much for gaming. So let's have a little look. Mercurius 5. Right, I can see these pretty quickly. Chief Judge Finity, Wave Central, Paul Buldovsky, Tabletop Junkie Games, and Sven. Oh, those from Daniel. Further up. Ha! Right, Jasmine, Table Runner Crispy, Kip Blade, Charles Lenny. And yeah, we know one of them. One of them is my work account. Thank you, Mercurius. Who's that John Payton? That's my work account. Keeps getting given memberships. Maybe I should turn the receive membership thing off on that account. Hello, Tabletop Junkie Games. You've just got a free membership from Daniel. So nice to see you. Right. Have we got something to do tonight? I believe we have. I believe it's Call of Cthulhu, isn't it? So, gotta get Daniel's one up. There we go. That Peyton is all right. No, I think he's a bit. I've heard he's a bit of a knob. Hello, Manfred. Come in, check out. Well, Call of Cthulhu. What we do on a Friday. It's one of those choose your own adventure Call of Cthulhu things. We are some way into the book already, unfortunately. So people who haven't seen it. I'll move my chair a bit closer. People that weren't on the last stream might not follow it quite so well, but hey ho, it's just meant to be a bit of fun. That Peyton guy looks a trouble. Yeah, he's a troublemaker. He is, and he's got no hair and a stupid beard. Right. I run Call of Cthulhu every Tuesday night in my Discord, and 2 of the regular players are here tonight in the chat, Manfred and Andy, and there'll be Iman's lurking as well. He's a regular player, we're about 60% of the way through Horror on the Orient Express at the moment. They're in Belgrade, and it's getting a bit tasty. But we've had a few players come and go. The current group are really getting into it, and it's been marvelous. It's been really good. And on a Tuesday, we start at 7:30 my time, which I know is not ideal for people in the States, because you're -5, 6, 7, 8 hours, depending on where you are. But we run from about 7:30 my time to about 11 p.m. my time. One of our players plays from her office at the school where she works. And she draws while we're playing as well. Really, really, really good artist. So it's she had her first meeting with the main villain. She's only recently joined the group. She met our main villain on Tuesday, and it was suitably creepy. Yeah, it will be while you're at work. It's unfortunate with the time difference. It's one of them things. I can't run any later because my family are in bed, and my weekends are very, very busy. So I was a bit stuck in terms of the time I picked for that. But hey ho. Right, Alone Against the Frost. There was a German ship sailing at the Thames playing the Imperial March. Haven't got a clue. Didn't hear about it. I don't follow things all that well. So, right. I've got written down here 67 from 365. So I'm just going to go back to 365. 365. Oh, yes. Yes. We've found our way out of the Lost Valley, which, yeah, we've left all our companions behind. So, yeah, we're the only person there. Oh, well. Oh, well. No, they didn't follow. They didn't follow. Oh, well. That's the way it is. So we're on 67. Despondent over the prospects of a trek through the wildest stretch of the Northwest Territories, you ram your way through the bush with bitter violence. Thunder rumbles in the western mountains like the echo of distant drums. The peaks fade into a lowering canopy of clouds. You wade a small river and then cross a pine ridge. The scenery blurs together as you go. In the days that follow, you try to fish with your bare hands or eat whatever you can kill and take the berries that grow along the way. You are undergoing a test that would daunt a seasoned frontiersman. If you require healing, no, we don't. Okay. Make a survival woodland roll. Okay, survival woodland, as is 10%. Didn't say we lost our rifle. Survival woodland. Here we go. You are witness. You are witness to us passing a 10% survival woodland roll. Marvelous. Marvelous. So yeah, thank you everybody, Daniel and Mercurius and Halakar, for the various gifts. Those mushrooms look safe. So we have the following options: establish a camp to think, strike deep into the forest, hug the tree line, explore rocky environs, or stick to the river. So camp, forest, tree line, rocky bits, or stick to the river. Come on then, chat. Let's have votes. I'll get my pencils ready. Oh no! Oh no! Hold on! Andy, you're right. No, we succeed. If you make a survival roll, if you succeed, go to 513. I read that wrong. Yeah, thank you, Andy. You're following it as well. Andy, are you? That's my mistake. No vote here. Sorry. It is time to decide the course of your expedition. Fort MacDonald lies within your reach, and you may go there to end your experience in the North Hanina. Do you have still have an appetite for exploration? If so, you can take a short side trip or even strike back out into the depths of the valley. Okay. Do we return to Fort MacDonald, or do we take a side trip? If your party has at least 3 members, you may return to the wilds. No, we've only got 1 member left. So return to Fort MacDonald to meet Ronald, or take a side trip. Those are our choices: side trip or return to the fort. There's nobody else in here chatting with me. I don't need my headphones on. So I'm going to vote for return. Your physical copy arrived yesterday. Daniel, just as I take my headset off, Daniel, you bugger. How you doing?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm fine.
Hello to everybody else in chat.
Don't know what it is about the sound on this new computer, but my headphones are much bassier now, which is good.
Nothing wrong with some good bass.
No, bass. Okay, so we've got return, side trip, return. So it's 2 for return, 3 for side trip, 4 for side trip. Coco, I think that's a return. So 4-3 at the moment. Did you vote, Daniel? Side trip or return?
Side trip.
We're at 4-4 then. 4-4, right.
No Kelsey tonight. I don't have to cook dinner.
Oh. What's she up to?
Oh, it's not my weekend with the kids. So it's just the wife and I. So it's fun for yourself night.
Straw Piglet says go home. I did miss that. Yeah. 5 for return, 4 for side trip. There are 16 people in chat though. We'll actually make that 15 because one of them's me on the other computer. Hi. Hi, me. So at 5-4, anybody else voting? Living is the better part of valor. Yeah, maybe. I'm probably not wrong there. There is only one of us left. Return. Oh, Manfred's been a wuss. 6-4. No, yeah, 5. 6-4. Yep, 6-4. I think returning is winning. Pardon me. I do have some more Timothy Taylor's Landlord, because my local shop has it for 99p, that's about $1.20. It's not bad for a decent sized bottle of ale, is it? You're not tempted by that, Daniel?
Actually, I don't know what the exchange rate is, but $1.20 for a beverage over here is a smoking deal.
Yeah, I mean, this is a decent quality beer as well. It's Tim Taylor's Landlord is a decent quality ale. So,
and the funny thing is, I work with a guy named Tim Taylor. We have lunch together every day.
Is he a landlord?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. If he was a landlord, it would be magnificent. Yeah, I plan to go to that shop again tomorrow and clear their shelf. I only had room on me for 5 or 6 bottles. And I plan to go back there and go, I'm having the rest of these. So 6-4. We have discovered something in this one so far. Right, 6-4. We are going back to Fort McDonald, 593. You pass the place of splitting water with no particular difficulty and reach the calmer waterways of the West Branch. The foraging is ample now, and you recover strength as you draw near to Fort McDonald. Turn to 433. After so many days on the river and nights in the woods, it feels strange to sit in a stifling room and answer questions about your conduct. If you have lost any members of your party or have confirmed their death, multiply the number of such losses by 15. This is your liability score. Yes. Our liability score is 45. Okay. If the result is greater than your liability score, go to 530. If it's equal to or less than, 531. Equal to or less than. Don't think that's going to be a good thing. When your report of your party's misfortunes is analysed by the Canadian authorities, they take you into custody and bring formal charges against you. They seem uninterested in any evidence of your discoveries. Go to 538. Your trial lasts weeks, during which every field decision you made is questioned. It's almost a relief when you're convicted of gross negligence and contributory manslaughter. You're incarcerated in a Canadian penitentiary where you become withdrawn and isolated, staring. A year later, you become eligible for parole, and the committee looks favourably upon your conduct. Once you are free to leave Canada, you return to a ruined career in the USA. You have lost your position at Miskatonic University. The evidence you brought back from your expedition has been neglected during your confinement. All the most important pieces have been lost or ruined. Nevertheless, you attempt to publish your findings. Your article only draws sensational press attacks, characterizing you as a moral cretin willing to sacrifice human life for scientific glory. You vanish from public notice with the dawning of the Great Depression. The Nadelman expedition is over. The end. Yep, this one is over. Yep. We survived, but we failed. Well, we've had 2 goes at Alone Against the Frost this week and last week. I'm going to put it to a vote for everybody in chat. Do we play this one again? Or do we play a fighting fantasy book? This book is difficult. Yes, this book is brutally hard. Sure, Piglet votes for fighting fantasy.
I'll go with Piglet.
We played as the default character, Dr. Elsie Nadelman. We took the other 4 with us. You're meant to play as Nadelman. That's the general idea. You can make your own character for it, but I think Nadelman is designed for the adventure. Yeah, we didn't do too badly until we split the party. That's right. We were very lucky with some of the rolls. Well, we have to recover information, don't we? I mean, we failed. One of the times we failed before, we got back, but we hadn't found anything. So people just laughed at us. The other time we failed because we died. Our brain ended up in a jar. Well, Andy, you are being outvoted at the moment. I mean, you're being heavily outvoted. It's 4-1. 5-1 with Daniel's vote. 5-1 for Fighting Fantasy. Anybody else want to vote? You have your chance now. C'est la vie. That's a really bad song by Bewitched. And Robbie Neville did a song called C'est la vie, I believe, which was equally bad. Nobody else voting? Okay. Fighting de Fantasy from Mercurius. Fighting de Fantasy. Oh, C'est la vie, Greg Lake. Okay. Paul Morgan gives Andy a friend. Halakar doesn't care. doesn't care. Pfft. Okay, fighting fantasy. Right. Let me just... I haven't quite sorted the attic out fully yet because a lot of things got moved around, desks and things. So I just need to move a few bits and bobs. Up here. I'll put them on the floor. There's my Mansions of Madness game. That goes on the floor as well. Cool Cthulhu cards. Right. Hopefully you can all now see, if I make me bigger, my fighting fantasy stuff is all on the top shelf up there. Right. Let's have a look, see what we've got here. Ooh. There's some we haven't played. Oh, right, okay. Bigger John, sanity loss. Right, let's have a little look. I think that, yeah, I have picked this one. Don't think we've played it. Beneath Nightmare Castle. Okay. And we're going to create this character utterly fairly. Utterly fairly. No shenanigans. Nothing like that. Skill. Stamina. Luck. And willpower. Or is that going to be like sanity? Maybe. Right, here we go. Skill is 6 plus this. Yes. I need to show you. There we go. Stamina is 12 plus 2d6. That's not bad. Luck. Wow. This character is amazing.
Maybe
can we complete this book on first attempt? That's insane. Okay. What do we start with? Getting started. Start with the background section. Right, you trudge down from the hills with only your armor, your sword, and your backpack. You have no food and very little money. So we have armor, sword, backpack. You need to make a record of gold and food. Okay, how much gold do we start with? No, it doesn't say. Doesn't say. Do we start with a potion? Doesn't look like there's any potions in this. No. Okay. I don't think we start with anything. Here we go. Background. Captured, netted, strung up and helpless. You curse yourself for an inattentive fool. So much for the peace and quiet of civilization. It was daydreaming about the comforts of home that got you into this mess. but even the hardiest adventurer can tire of life in the wilderness and begin to yearn for a soft bed. And it was difficult to think of anything else as you trudged to the summit of the last of the foothills and glimpsed the town of Neuburg, basking in the afternoon sun. You know Neuburg. You have been here once before. It's not a large settlement, but you remember it as peaceful and prosperous. The black battlements of the keep of Neuburg seem to loom threateningly over the little town. But Baron Tholdor, the Margrave of Neuburg Keep, is an old friend of yours. He's more than a friend, in fact. He's a comrade in arms. The two of you fought side by side at the Battle of Helm Hill, a renowned victory which has so far prevented any further incursions by the southerners of the steppes. You had been looking forward to seeing the old warrior again, and instead you've let yourself be caught by a band of those very same southern barbarians. Nearing the end of a hard trek down from the mountains, with the rooftops of Neuburg in sight and your head filled with thoughts of a hearty meal, you failed to notice the warning signs. The bushes at the side of the trail rustled, and not quite at the same time as the wind gusted across the hills. Birdsong broke out as you approached a solitary tree, and you should have noticed that it was not entirely like any birdsong you had heard before. At any other time, you would have stopped and looked around before stepping under that overhanging branch. It was such an obvious place for a trap. And then the ground gave way beneath your feet. Voices shouted in an unfamiliar tongue. You struggled, but could hardly move. And here you are. It's dark. You're in a pit. The ropes about you are pulled tighter. You move upwards, out into the light. You're in a net hanging from a branch, and you are surrounded by silent swordsmen swathed in flowing robes. As you spin slowly, their glittering eyes and gleaming blades seem to circle you. You glimpse the lowering shape of Neuburg Keep, and then something very heavy hits the back of your head. Pain, flashing lights. You lose all consciousness. Hello, Barney Fraggles. Hello, Doc Flamingo. I'm looking to see where it says whether we do start with any gold, because it says we haven't got much, but then it doesn't give us any. Okay. All right. You wake. A particularly insistent dwarf blacksmith seems to be using your head as an anvil. Your hands and your feet are tightly bound, and a blindfold covers your eyes. You cannot move, you cannot see, and you can hear only distant, indistinct sounds. Time passes. The pain in your head subsides to a dull throb. Nothing else happens. Then you hear a voice, an urgent whisper. My friend, shh, say nothing. I have a sharp knife, but I dare not stay long. I cannot enter through this small space. You must pull yourself a little to your right, and I will sever your bonds. Hurry. Do we trust this unknown voice and shuffle nearer in the hope that your ropes will be cut? Or do we reject this offer of help? Trust or reject? Trust or reject? Halakar is a trusting soul. A trusting soul is he.
I'll go with Halakar.
Does he consent to that?
I don't know.
I'm being rude.
I'll ask at the Saturday night dance.
The best way to do it. It's Friday the 13th. We've already lost one book, so yeah. For those joining, expecting to hear Alone Against the Frost, yeah, we it took us about 10 minutes. We got thrown into jail.
Hey now, jail's not all that bad.
I don't know. I've never been. I don't intend to go either.
I never did.
No. This is where somebody in chat changes their name to Jason Voorhees, and we all get scared.
Actually, they'll probably be on tonight. I'm gonna have to look that up on cable when we're done playing.
It probably will be, yeah. Yeah. I've never had any altercation with the law in my life. I'm a good boy.
Oh my God.
I got caught for speeding once.
Did I ever tell you about my first father-in-law?
No.
He was a Pennsylvania state trooper. And my first speeding ticket was about a month after I got my driver's license. I was on a motorcycle, and this officer gives me the what for about speeding. He's like, I have a motorcycle, and I hit a deer one time, and I was really injured very badly. What would happen if a deer came out in front of you at that speed? Said, I'd go around it. I'm apparently a better driver than you. Well, so I got a ticket, and then next day go to work, and I'm complaining about this prick of an officer that gave me a ticket and berated me for half an hour. And the guy that I worked with, who also had a motorcycle, and we go on bike rides together, said, what was his name? And I told him. He starts laughing. He goes, that's my dad. So then, a couple days later, he goes, hey, we were leaving work at the same time. We worked in the same department at this superstore. He goes, I got to stop at my dad's house. We pull up, and isn't it the cop's house? And he waves to me. I'm like, okay. Hi, Officer Schaefer. Well, then a couple months later, I meet this really cute strawberry blonde girl. And I'm like, hey, why don't we go out sometime? She gives me her address. It didn't register. I pull up, and it's the cop's house.
Same place. Yeah.
He goes, you're the new boyfriend. He pulled me over so many times, he wouldn't even give me a ticket. He said, just go. One time I was passing a car.
That's what you get for living in a small town, though, isn't it?
Well, now this is a town of about 25,000 people. But he was a prominent officer.
Right.
And I was passing a car on the highway, and I saw him sitting there, and I just pulled over because I knew he nailed me. And he pulls up behind me, and I'm like, oh, crap. But then I saw it was him. And he goes, the car you passed was doing 65 and a 45. You made that car look like it was sitting still. If I give you a ticket, you're going to lose your license, probably go to jail. Just go. By that time, we were on a first name basis. I said, thanks, Ed. Got on my bike and went.
Yeah. Because I got the speed out of my system by doing it in events.
Yeah. Well, mind you, at that time, I was about 23.
When I was pulled over, I was doing 48 and a 40, and I got a speed awareness course. That's what they send you on.
Oh, okay. And then you ended up being my father-in-law.
Halakar, you're showing Friday the 13th on the barn with. Right.
That's cool.
So what does a goof mean in Canada then, Coco? Because I thought goof just meant weirdo.
Yeah, clown, something like that, I would think.
I don't go anywhere looking for violence. You've got to stop doing 142 in a 50. Is this a common thing in America for people to just go, ignore the speed limit? Brum.
Pretty much, yeah.
Ah,
I
we
had
have We've got speed cameras everywhere now. Everywhere we go, all the motorways have got cameras, and if you average more than 70 between two cameras, you'll get done.
I had a friend who was 11 minutes ahead of me on the highway. He was doing 75 miles an hour. He had his cruise control on, and it took me. He was 11 minutes. It took me 7 minutes to catch him. And he was doing 75, 11 minutes ahead of me. To say I was hauling butt would be an understatement. My girlfriend was curled up in a ball on the passenger seat. She didn't even want to look out the window. That was my Mustang. That car was stupid fast. I missed that car.
Oh, so in Canada, how many times can you get away with thinking the speed limit is in mph instead of kph? Well, Halakar.
That's funny.
I dare you to try it.
I actually had a friend do that. He was from Canada, and he came down to the States, and he was doing kph. Well, he was doing miles per hour thinking it was kph, so he was like 60% over the speed limit.
Because in America, you've got to carry your driving license with you, haven't you? When you drive.
Yeah, you should have your license, your insurance, and your registration. You can get away without having that normally.
I don't carry
any. Okay, you have 3 days to go to the district justice and.
You get the equivalent. You get what we call a producer here, where you're told to produce it at a police station.
Yeah, X amount of days. You show up, then they drop all charges. So yeah, something like that.
Right. All right. Okay. Because I don't carry it with me at all. So it's all my stuff is kept in a drawer here at home. Anyway, we're going to shuffle. We're going to trust him. So 331. I rarely have my wallet with me. Rarely.
I carry 2 knives, my cash, my debit card, and my pistol permit. Yeah.
I carry my keys and a little bit of cash usually. You shuffle awkwardly, and my vape. You shuffle awkwardly to the right, encouraged by the mysterious voice. That's right, my friend. That's right. Just a little further now, but please hurry. I dare not be found here. I'm in mortal fear for my life, but perhaps you are the one we are expecting, and I cannot let those southerners take you. That's it. I have your ropes now. So, and you feel the bonds falling from your wrists. You tear off your blindfold and wrench the ropes from your ankles. You're in a cellar. A little light enters from an open door. At the top of a steep flight of narrow stairs. Of your rescuer, there is no sign. There appears to be no other door. Do you want to search the cellar, or do you escape up the staircase? So search the cellar or escape up the staircase.
Search
or escape. You want to search. Search or escape. You want to search?
Maybe we can save somebody else.
I've just realized on my new computer I've still got my Discord notifications on, so I can see that Andy and Anne are having a little chat in Discord at the moment. I've got these little notifications pop up at the bottom right of this screen. You should see how big this screen is. Let me just turn this round. Look at that. Look at the size of that. It's massive. That's the rest of my loft. That's where I'm sat there. So I haven't got that screen on because I've got the wrong cable. I'm going to put another screen just there. I'm going to put a little stand there with another screen. So I've got triple screens running. But I was an idiot. I got the wrong cables with the computer. I don't know what size. It's a television, Mr. Baker. A very big television. Manfred says escape. Everybody, hello PBR. Everyone else says search. Turn in my nerd license. I bought HDMI cables. I should have bought DP cables for DisplayPort. I didn't realize that the new 4K DisplayPorts needed a different cable. And because I've got a GeForce 4080 in this, and it's got one HDMI port and 3 display ports. You can run quad screens. So, I've got 3 HDMI cables. So I've ordered some adapters. All right, we're searching. 59. For those who are nerds, the spec of this machine I've bought, or my wife's late father-in-law paid for. Thank you, Tom, wherever you may be. It's got 32 gig of RAM. It's got a Ryzen 7 7800X3D processor, 850 watt power supply, and it's a 4080, a GeForce 4080 16 gigabyte card, video card. So it's a beast. 2 terabyte hard drive.
Okay, now
came in at $2,000.
You need to send my computer a Hallmark card because it's literally right now crying. Some of you guys have phones that are better than my computer.
Aha. DisplayPort 2.1. See, I didn't. I looked at a picture of the card to look at the ports it got, and the ports look similar to HDMI ports. They're just a little bit bigger, and I just glanced at it and thought, oh, 4 HDMI ports. I should have checked the specs, shouldn't I? The cellar contains little except for the straw on the floor and several broken boxes. You search for some time. You find no secret doors and no weapons. You're still on your hands and knees sorting through the straw when you hear the sound of approaching footsteps. 6 robed figures march down the steps. They are amused to find you untied and enjoy chasing you around the cellar. You have no weapon, and in spite of all your struggles, you are doomed to lose this unequal fight. The swordsmen want to capture you alive, it seems, and they bludgeon you into unconsciousness. Turn to 266. Have we died already? You wake up in a cavernous vaulted dungeon. You are spread-eagled on a cold stone slab. There are manacles around your limbs and tight straps across your body. All you can do is watch the wildly dancing shadows cast by the light of flaring cressets. Eventually, your solitary confinement ends. A crowd of silent, barely human forms enter the chamber. Their hideous deformities are so repellent that you cry out in disgust. They are carrying a selection of very sharp knives. They kill you slowly and take ecstatic pleasure in your agonized writhings. You go completely insane before you die. There we go. That's 1 death already.
That was kind of quick.
That was very quick. Very, very quick. So I think we go back to a save point, realize we don't want to search the cellar. We want to run away as soon as possible. And
try to be a nice guy and see what happens.
There's no pictures. We've had no pictures. So we shuffle near. No, we haven't even had a roll. No. 331. That's brutal. Who wrote this book? Is it an Ian Livingstone one, or is it written by somebody else? Peter Darville Evans. Okay. 331. Escape up the staircase. Yeah, so we're going to escape up the staircase. So no, we don't search. You could all blame Daniel for that. It was all Daniel's idea.
Yeah, okay. Now you sound like I said 2 wives.
Only Manfred was right. Only man. Manfred, don't be smug about it, but you were the only one who was right. Right, okay. You emerge. This is climbing. This is what climbing the steps do. You emerge in a circular stone room. There are no guards, and your sword and pack are lying on the floor. You collect them and then peer through the slits that pierce the thick wall. You realize you're in the ground floor room of one of the towers of Neuburg's East Gate. One of the slits gives you a clear view west along the main street leading to the center of town. The sun has set behind the buildings, but the whole scene is lit by a beautiful red sky. Everything is peaceful, very peaceful, too peaceful. The streets are almost deserted. There were no shouts from the riverside wharves, no priests chanting in the temples, no dogs snuffling in the piles of refuse, and no revelers stumbling from the inns. The silence is eerie. You're determined to investigate, but first you must escape from this gatehouse. The one door is of solid oak, banded with iron, and is locked from the outside. You will have to try to force it open. Add together your skill and stamina scores, roll a d6 8 times, and find out. Yeah, we died. Yeah. So, skill plus stamina is 33. 8d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If the total is less than your combined skill and stamina, turn to 399. It is. I is nails. You attack the door with your shoulder and your sword. Suddenly it opens. You stagger through the doorway and slump to the dusty ground to catch your breath in the shadow of the dilapidated tower. Cheers, Halakar. See ya. Have a good evening. You realize that your captors could return at any moment, and you decide to try to find shelter in the town. Picking yourself up, you head straight for the Southern Star Tavern, which you remember as a large, hospitable establishment in a prominent position on the market square. Turn to 119. Sorry, I apologise. What am I apologising for? Because I'm British, we apologise for lots of things.
Only the Canadians apologize more than you guys.
Yeah. Sorry.
Or the people from Minnesota.
Do they apologise all the time as well?
Oh, yeah.
As you head west to the market square, you notice that the few householders you can see are hastily barring their doors and shuttering their windows. When you reach the Southern Star Tavern, it appears to be closed. Pounding on the boards with the pommel of your sword brings the innkeeper to the door. Must be Coco. It's easy to rent a room. I haven't got any money. Okay. As there are no other guests. You eat a solitary meal by the light of the candle in the gloom of the inn's shuttered common room. Recover up to 4 points of stamina if you've lost any so far. We haven't. You decide to ask the innkeeper what's going on in Neuburg. You have to choose whether you will reveal your past association with Baron Tholdor, or do we keep the information to ourselves? So do we reveal that we were good friends with Baron Tholdor, or do we keep stum? Admit it or keep quiet?
Admit it. Do some name dropping.
Baron Tholdor. Okay, Baron Tholdor was mentioned. Baron Tholdor, the Margrave of Neuburg Keep, is an old friend of yours. He's meant to be the person in charge of the keep here. That's why we came to Neuburg. So two want to admit it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 so far. Keep quiet. The only problem I've had, yeah, Dan said name drop. Yeah. The only problem I've had setting up this computer is the location of my microphone. I've had to dangle it from the ceiling.
Really, Piglet?
So that's the rafters, and my microphone is coming down from the rafters.
Piglet
Wouldn't go
turned
anywhere
on
else.
me.
Yes, Piglet has turned on you. Very much turned on you. The reason I've had to do that is I was going to do it on one of the side ones, but one of the screws has loosened and it doesn't stay horizontal very well. So it kept flopping. It's something happens to us with age. So I've now got it dangling from the ceiling, but yeah, it's fine. So we're keeping quiet. 301. Yes, more dangling does come with age. Once all this is tidied up as well there, I'm going to have my painting stuff just behind me. So I've got no excuse not to paint because there's another desk in the corner with all my paint stuff on there. So it's basically, I'm just going to be surrounded by all my nerd stuff, which is going to be bloody marvelous. I won't need to walk anywhere. It's just spin the chair and one computer, two computer, paint, books. I'm just going to get dizzy. That's what's going to happen. Despite your reticence about yourself, the innkeeper turns out to be an affable fellow. This is an attic. We don't have basements here in the UK. This is an attic. But we've got it all carpeted and boarded. I'll show you the floor. Carpeted. Got carpet down there, but there's loads of crap everywhere at the moment. See? All my boxes and things, a lot of stuff I've got to get rid of. There's my heater. The other monitors are over in the corner. I've got a mini fridge in the bedroom, which I'll bring up here. I've actually got the plugs ready for it there. As you can see, got a plug on the floor down there on an extension. That's where the mini fridge is going to go. No, we haven't got cellars, Manfred. None of the houses around here have got cellars in them. Yes, I am very glad of that heater in the winter. Very glad of that. Last winter, when I first moved up here, it was freezing. If you've got big houses, sometimes we'll have a cellar. But standard UK homes do not have cellars. Yeah, it needs a little bit of insulation up there. I mean, it is cold. Hey ho. Before long, he is regaling you with local stories and jokes. He denies having noticed anything wrong in the town, and his beaming bearded face and the fine ale he serves combine to make you question your first assumptions. Maybe you've been imagining things. How could anything be wrong in a quiet town like this? Feeling rested and reassured, you decide to go to bed. The innkeeper shows you to your room and bids you good night. Turn to 179. You survey your chamber with a cautious eye. It looks clean and comfortable. You search beneath the mattress and behind the door. Nothing. You secure the door with its strong iron bolt. Crossing to the window, you slowly unlatch and push one of the heavy wooden shutters. The night is completely silent. You step out onto a small balcony. It would only be a jump down to the street, and you could clamber back easily. So, what do you want to do next? If you want to drop to the street and explore the town, say so. Do we... Right, these are our options. Explore the town, go up the hill to Neuburg Keep, or return to our room and go to bed. So bed, keep, or town. Those are the choices.
Let's do some exploring. I know Piglet's gonna go against me on this. Piglet's gonna go against what I say.
Hello, Palmetto. Any weird creatures with knives? Not can we see? Yes, Mr. Baker. In the UK, it does tend to be older, posher, bigger houses. Town, keep, town. Lots of towns. There's a couple of keeps, but most people reckon the town. Exploring. So, explore the town. And Andy says town as well. So yeah, we've definitely got a majority for town. 68. It's as if you're the only living creature in Neuburg. With your sword in your hand, you are ready to react to the slightest sound. But now the silence is absolute. There are no lights in the houses. A pale moon shines occasionally between racing clouds. You are beginning to relax a little when you hear something. Footsteps. Not a man, a beast. A large dog, perhaps. More than one. You pull yourself into the porch of the nearest house. Not a moment too soon, one of the animals has sensed your presence and jumps at you out of the darkness. You have no time to think. Your sword is ready, and you fight.
And this is where we die again.
Just as well you had no time to consider your attackers. They are two horribly unnatural, misshapen blood lurchers. And they attack you one at a time. Blood lurchers are hairless, eyeless beasts with razor-sharp talons on all four paws. They have no teeth. Their gaping red mouths are a mass of writhing tentacles. If they kill you, they will tear your body to ribbons and drain your blood through the suckers on their tentacles. Got to fight them. How do I get two different colors here? Oh, I know. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. What colors do we want? Are we going to be blue or are we going to be silver? Chat decide.
Blue. We're probably going to end up being black and blue after this, so blue.
Blue? Okay. These are actually quite tough, these blood lurchers. I will say that now. Blue, blue, silver, blue, blue. Daniel says blue, so 5-1. Any more votes? Any more votes? They do sound so benign. Is that your blood lurcher in the background we heard there, Dan?
Yeah, the neighbor came home, so of course he has to let him know that he's watching the neighborhood.
is he shouting, hello, neighbor, bring me biscuits?
Pretty much, yeah. Everybody loves him. They laugh at the fact that he barks when they. I think I've told you guys, if they park
Yeah,
their
yeah, yeah.
cars in the wrong spot, he'll bark at
Oh,
them until they move the car.
Yeah.
He's the old man on the front porch, even though he's only 3 years old.
He's a good boy.
He is.
He's a good boy.
The neighbor's got a new car, and he barked for a week because the car shouldn't be there.
So what's your dog's name, Dan?
Wes.
What?
Wes. W-E-S. Wes.
Wes.
I call him Wes Hole.
So you've got a dog called Wes. And Palmetto, what's your dog's name? In fact, chat, tell us about your dogs. I've got a spaniel called Misty.
I wish I could tell you about Tilly, but I had to put her down last summer.
Oh.
She was my pup. She was awesome.
Oh.
She didn't bark. She didn't do. If somebody came into the house she didn't know, she would do a low growl, and that was it.
A lurcher called Thor. Anybody else got a puppy dog?
There you go. I like that name. What kind of dog is Thor?
He's a lurcher. That's Palmetto's dog.
Cool. I like the name.
Do cats count? Cats are a very different type of pet to dogs.
I have two cats.
We haven't got any cats. We won't have cats.
Well,
we don't dislike cats. It's just that none of us are cat people. We'll look after cats. We will never mistreat a cat, but we won't keep one. We're very much a dog family.
My one cat pretty much rules the house. His name is Church. If you've ever seen the movie Pet Sematary, that cat in that movie was a Russian blue, and that's what Church is. And that's why he has the name Church, because that was the cat's name in the movie.
Ah.
The one day the two dogs are running around, between the two of them, they weigh over 220 pounds. They're not small animals. They're running around, getting puppy stuff on. Church was sitting at the entryway into my den. They came running around the corner. He sat there and hissed at them. Both dogs went into the living room, laid down, and took a nap.
Yeah.
He shut that shit down in a heartbeat.
Yep.
It was
so Paul, your house, there's a lot of snuffling noises because both pugs and French bulldogs, they're quite snorty little dogs. They've got because of their pudgy noise. They're like they've got little twisted noses. So there's a lot of snuffly sort of noises in your house. A frog. Well, my dog is a Sprocker, which is Springer Cocker Spaniel cross. Golden Retrievers. We've got a golden Retriever next door. Whenever you hear barking on any of my videos, it's next door's Golden Retriever. She's a very vocal dog. That's Bella next door. She's only young, though. She's young. Very friendly, very lively. Right. We're going with the blue dice. Our skill is 12. This one's skill is 10. So 7 versus 7. We win that first round. So we've got a 2-point advantage. Second round. 3-6. We lose. Third round is a draw. Blue dice have been crap.
Piglet, I don't
No.
want to hear about it.
5, showing 11 at the top, so that must be on a 3, so we win that one. I'll take that up, take that as a win. And we win that one. We've killed the first one. Second one's only got a skill of 8. So we're better against this one. Yep. Win that round. Yep, win that round. Ah, the blue's doing well. Come on. 8, 10. Yeah, we still win that because that's 20 versus 18. So, yep. Yep, we're still going to win. We've got an advantage of 4. So, yeah. Yeah, we've won the fight. We've won the fight. We wondered whether our dog was racist, because the only time she ever barks is when an Amazon delivery driver comes up, or a DPD or Hermes delivery driver, whatever. And they're always Asian, and they wear fluorescent jackets. So when Iman came to stay, I told him that we would find out if the dog's racist or not. She didn't bark at Iman, so she's not racist. It's just the fluorescent jacket she doesn't like. Apart from that, she's silent. She'll only bark at men in fluorescent jackets.
Wes does not like small dogs. I don't know what it is. Like, Tilly was old. She was 13 years old, which was 4 years older than she should have lived. But she was the same size, and they never had an it. Tilly would put him in his place. Small dogs, it's bad. My thing is, I'm afraid of small dogs with him because they'll kill him.
Well, think about small dogs.
He'll choke on them when he eats them because they're too small.
Small dogs often have small dog complex, don't they? They don't know they're small, and they can be quite fighty, especially little terriers, Jack Russells particularly. They'll
See, I
fight
like
anything.
Jack Russells. I think they're
they're cool dogs, but they'll fight anything.
Yeah, exactly. Boston Terriers are the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something about small, like, you would think he would go after my cats, but he doesn't. But you take a dog the same size, and he's a total butthead to him.
So I mean, mine's a spaniel, so she's classed as medium size. She's on the smaller side.
I like spaniels. They're good. They're good pups.
Yeah, they're good house dogs. Really good house dogs.
Yeah.
Very, very gentle. They don't shed. Then they don't. She's not destructive in any way. It's just a real softie.
Now they're good pups. I like them.
You're overcome with nausea as you survey the bodies of the awful creatures. No wonder the townspeople stay indoors at night. At least you now have some idea of the savage and unnatural nature of the evil afflicting Neuberg. You may take a memento of your victory if you want to. If you can overcome your revulsion, you may slice a suckered tentacle from one of the beast's mouths and put it in your backpack. Do we? Shall we take a suckered tentacle?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Do we take a tentacle? Do we take a trophy? Exactly, Barney. Cats own us.
Barney, I wish I could say that. Church, the cat I was talking about earlier, he annoys. He has to be on my lap. I know John and other people have seen him on the camera when I have.
Yeah.
He sleeps on my chest or on my arm every night. He is up my butt. Yeah. Then the other cat, we never see her. So.
Yeah. At one point, you had 6 cats, 3 dogs, 2 raccoons, 7 opossums, a crow, 3 lizards, a sparrow, and a crazy girlfriend who liked animals way too much. Clearly, we've got a dog, and a gecko.
I
We
I
had
could
to.
handle yeah, I could handle all that except for the crazy girlfriend.
We had 2 fish, and we've had 3 hamsters. Hamsters don't last very long, and the fish both croaked as well.
At least you didn't have a gerbil.
No. Yes, the ancient Egyptians worshipped cats as gods, and cats have never forgotten it. I've not read Lovecraft's piece about cats versus dogs. I should read that, shouldn't I?
That was funny.
The gecko, ever since he bit my daughter, she won't take him out of his glass case. So he hasn't been out of there for ages. We don't handle him anymore because he bit my daughter, the little gecko. She's scared of him now. Silly girl. He's her responsibility. But he's got quite a big tank that he's in with lots of things to climb in, and food and stuff like that. Right. As you're what so we're taking a tentacle. Okay. Your dog would wait a respectful 4 days at least. As you're wiping the blood off your sword, you hear more of the creatures in the distance. You don't want to meet any more blood lurchers tonight, so you return to the inn as quickly as possible. Turn to 245. You eat an early breakfast in the common room of the Southern Star. It's a hearty meal brought to you by the innkeeper's wife. You regain up to 4 points of stamina. Okay, we'll gain the 2 we've lost. Oh, here's where it tells us how much cash we've got. After paying the innkeeper, you now have 5 gold pieces remaining on your purse. In your purse. Okay, so it's now told us how much cash we've got. You return to your room to collect your sword and backpack, and then step out into the market square. The sky is leaden, and the Southern Star's nameboard clatters to and fro in the gusty, drizzly wind. Do we go straight to Neuburg Keep, or do we walk about the town? Keep or town? Keep or town? We have a vote for town. 1 vote for keep. 1 vote for 10. You mean town? All the votes are coming in for town now. Just Parmetto went for keep. Everybody else is going town. Any more votes? Dan's gone quiet.
I'm sorry.
Keep or town, Dan? Keep or town?
Well, I'm going to get outvoted no matter what. I was going to say keep, but
Yeah, you're outvoted if you say.
Yeah, I'm outvoted.
See, I was wondering whether the wall behind me would look all right, but I think it looks okay. I was thinking of covering it up with pictures and things, but
no, I like the brick. I think it looks cool.
That the brickwork. Do you like the idea of the fact that I've got this light here as well shining on it? Is that too much, or?
I would get a lower wattage.
Okay.
Because I
can turn it. I can do that.
Well, just because you're getting white spots where the light's hitting the brick. If you get a lower wattage bulb,
shining on the baldness.
Yeah. Oh, that too.
The thing is, I haven't got the best of eyesight, so the reason I put those there is so that I can read without eye strain. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And having those there is better than the top light. I can read a lot better.
But I do like the natural brick though. That looks cool.
Okay. Put a dagger on the wall. Ooh.
I have a 4.5 foot bastard sword I can send you.
Yeah, well, I think we'd get in trouble if you did.
Yeah, probably. Customs might not like that.
No, shiny baldness is the beacon of geekiness. Yeah, it is. No, Saurian, you are not bald, though, are you? I've seen your hair. You have a very fine head of hair, lots of it. So you can, yeah. I'm jealous. Right. Yeah, you've got long hair. Yeah, I know. We've seen your hair. So we're going to walk about the town. 137.
Oh, that's nice.
I mean, to be honest, most of us are bald, I think. Most
Hey,
of us at
now.
this stage. Yeah, I mean,
That's the only thing I got going for me is my hair.
I mean, there's me. There's me. There's Halakar. There's Brian. Who else? Who else on the Discord has got is lacking in the hair department? I don't think Andy's got a lot. You've got hair, haven't you, Daniel? Yours hasn't fallen out yet.
I'm a little too hairy.
A little too hairy. Okay, more of you've got hair. Right, okay. You're proving me wrong. You're proving me wrong. You've got some hair, though, Andy. That's the thing. You've got some hair. Okay, maybe not all of it, but you've got some. You've got hair everywhere except on top. Well, that's yes, it's a bit like me. A bit like me. Okay.
Well, John, being a redhead, probably understands this. You go through razors like no tomorrow.
I'm not a redhead.
Oh, I thought. Well, no, you're not an anything head because you have no hair. But
no. I mean, in certain lights, it can look.
yeah. But now I like when I shave, I go through razors like no tomorrow. I kill even the electric ones. They just
Oh wow.
yeah.
Mine's just a murky brown. I get the occasional sort of reddishness in the beard, but not. It's only in certain lights. Right, there is no market today. The square is empty except for a few grim-faced townspeople who scurry across the cobbles. You spot a notice board nailed to a post between the stocks and a horse trough. You walk over to it and find that among proclamations about the permitted prices for meat pies, there's a tattered map flapping in the wind. It's a plan of the town. Okay. I'm going to have to show you a picture. Here we go. There we go. Look at that. That's a plan of the town. You might want to take a screen grab, people, because I'm not going to show this every time.
That kind of looks like you.
Which part of Neuburg do you want to explore? Do we go north to the Merchants' Quarter? Do we go east to the Temple Quarter? West towards the wharves and warehouses at the riverside? Okay, so north to the Merchant Quarter. east to the Temple Quarter, or west to the wharves and warehouses at the riverside? What are you chuckling at?
Nah. North.
Okay. Wharves and where? Okay.
Horse? We going to the horse? Oh, wars. That horse. Okay.
So Temple Quarter's winning at the moment. I will show you that again. So we are at sea at the moment.
I'm thinking if we go north to the merchants, maybe we can buy some stuff that we may need to help go explore the other area.
There you are, thinking about things. But we have 5 votes for Temple, one for Riverside, and 1 for Merchants. So 7 votes so far. Oh, but Palmetto's gone for Wharves as well, so that's west. So currently 5 east, 2 west, 1 north. Those are the votes at the moment. My other computer's gone to sleep. Sign in. Hello, me. I'm just going to refresh the screen on it. Ooh. Right. Okay. Any more votes? No. The genes are mostly inherited from your mother's side regarding hair. Hello, Brian. We were talking about baldies, so you've turned up at a great time. Talking about people without much hair. And I was saying that me, you, and Halakar are examples of typical nerds with no hair, but then everyone else seems to have hair, so we've been downvoted. My grandfather on my mother's side never lost his hair. I take after my father's side of the family by losing mine. Oh well. My brother has kept his hair. The git. He's just receded slightly, and that's it. He has, however, inherited a severe spinal condition. I'd rather be bald than have his spinal condition.
There is that, yes, correct.
They do say that hair loss is linked to testosterone production.
I.e., you have no testosterone?
No. No, the opposite. The opposite.
Maybe that's why I haven't lost any hair.
We do have a Daniel here. Daniel is here. I changed the screen so that why did I change the screen? Oh, I was showing things around, showing you a map when I. But we do cling to something. Yes, we do. We cling to our manliness. Right, we're going to the Temple Quarter. 195. The Temple Quarter of Neuburg is one of the oldest parts of the little town and the most peaceful. It contains a number of walled residences, as well as the fairly humble shrines and temples to the northern gods that the ancestors of the Neuburgers brought with them when they settled this area by force several centuries ago. The newest and grandest temples, dedicated to the currently fashionable gods and goddesses of commerce and farming, occupy large parks along magnificent New Wall Street. From here, narrower avenues climb the lower slopes of Castle Hill and provide access to the smaller and older shrines and temples. You find that walking up these winding avenues is like traveling backwards in time into the history of Neuburg and its once barbaric peoples. But as you climb up past the ever more dilapidated temples of ever more ancient and forgotten cults, you begin to despair of finding anything useful in this part of town. You head for an unusually grand building that looks as if it's the oldest temple of all, but as you approach, you see it's virtually derelict and apparently deserted. Do we press on and visit this last temple, or do we turn back to the center of town?
Press on.
I think this picture is for here, but it seems to be a temple. There seems to be an old priest down there. Yeah. Well, yeah, virile is meant to be related to baldness, and I will say this now, that when we chose to have kids, my wife got pregnant within 2 or 3 months each time. So we didn't have to wait very long. We didn't have to well, I was going somewhere then. I won't go there.
Piglet, that was hilarious.
Absolutely. Yeah, the milkman was bald at the time, yes.
You know, it's kind of funny that the mailman in town here, people mistake us for each other, or they think we're brothers. That's how much we look alike. And it's amazing how much my son looks like the mailman. Just saying.
It's not a new addition, Brian. I've moved. I am in the corner now because I've got a new computer and I've got my desks set up in like a all around me. So I'm now in the corner with the wall behind me and the shelf. So I can just grab things from the shelf. I have one computer there and one computer here. I'm going to have my paint desk just there. So I can just be nerdy with no effort. Okay, we're going to press on. 322. But what I can do when I'm running games, I can put I'm probably going to put a hook on this wall so I can hang maps from there. So the players, when I play games and I have my camera on, you should have a map behind to refer to. For example, my framed map of Middle Earth, which I won't be able to hang up tomorrow night because I haven't drilled that wall yet, but I'm at work tomorrow. But hey ho. But that's another thing I could do. The ruined temple is set on a rocky outcrop halfway up Castle Hill. The path to it is steep and narrow, and you can almost feel the watching presence of the ominous windowless edifice as you clamber up towards it. You're envious about my attic situation? I wouldn't be. It's very cold up here. The dark stone facing of the temple is pitted and crumbling, but a long line of enormous grim-faced statues of weapon-wielding kings and queens is still standing. The only entrance is a small dark hole in the middle of this line of guardians. Standing in the doorway, apparently dozing, is a wizened old man. Do we approach him, or do we hide in the rocks and watch the temple entrance? So approach or watch?
Watch.
You've said watch. Approach or watch?
Yeah, watch.
Jeb says watch. Watch, watch, watch. Yeah, 4 more watches. Okay. And there's another watch. Okay, we're at 7-0 at the moment. 8. Make that 8. 9. 10. Yeah, we're watching. We're watching. Okay. 144. Have I done any racing game streams yet? Not yet. I only set this computer up yesterday. I plan to do those on Mondays, which is a free day for me at the moment. So that's the idea. I've still got a bit of setting up to do to get it all working properly. Before I read this, I will tell you a little story. I set my computer up last night. It took me about 3 or 4 hours to get everything set up. And 2 hours of that was downloading the racing game that I've been playing. And previously, when I've been playing it, I've been getting about 20 frames per second. When other cars are on screen, it was getting quite jittery. So I was quite timid in the way I was driving. I was trying to really avoid making any contact with the other cars. So first thing I did when I got my new computer, downloaded that racing game, jumped in, 80 frames per second. Lovely and smooth. My first race against 4 other people, there was only 5 of us in there. It was a rookie server, so it was low level. I was winning. 15-minute race, 2 minutes to go, 3 laps to go. It's a short track. I was winning. The first time ever I've been winning a race. And then my television, which had been on, used as the monitor for 4 hours, came up with a message saying, "We have not detected any inputs for the last 4 hours.
God.
Television is shutting down." Because I forgot to disable that. And as a result, I finished in 4th. I wasted about 30 seconds grabbing hold of the remote from the other side of the attic. Rejoined in 4th place, and that's where I finished. I was gutted. I was absolutely gutted. I was going to win a race, and I lost because the TV decided to turn itself off. Anyway, you've been crouched in a crevice between clammy boulders for quite some time, and you're getting cold and stiff. The old man has not moved. You're beginning to realize that concealing yourself in this pile of rocks was a waste of time. When you hear noises from behind you, back down the path, you extricate yourself from among the boulders and head cautiously downhill. You follow the path away from the ruined temple for several minutes, then come face to face with one of the southern warriors and a strange animal that he's holding on a leash. The animal looks something like a low-bellied tracking dog, but has a white, hairless, distended body, sharp talons on all 4 paws, and a face that looks distressingly human. except for the elongated nose that terminates in a snuffling trumpet-shaped orifice. On seeing you, the swordsman utters a guttural cry, draws his weapon and releases the unpleasant beast. It howls and races towards you. You have to fight it, and if you win, you will then have to fight the swordsman. Yes, getting stiff between clammy boulders. Hey! Right, this is going to be a really easy fight because the hound has got skill of 5, the swordsman's got skill of 6. So this, if we lose any stamina in this fight, I'll be the dice are very evil. Yeah, we've won that round. Even though 8 gives us a total of 20, 11 puts the hound on 16. So we still win that. We've killed the hound. That's how easy this fight is. 6-10, we still win that. 18-16. Yeah. There we go. Do you get the sounds of the dice coming through? Can you hear the dice, Daniel, when I roll them?
No, I'll pay attention more on the next one. How's that?
Do they just come through in my ears?
I don't know. Just do another roll real quick.
Oh.
No, I did not.
Super Monaco GP on the Sega Genesis. I never had a Genesis.
Oh my lord, I remember that game.
Was it good?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was always a rally game fan. Dirt Rally, Colin McRae Rally 2, 3, 2004, 2005. Played them all. Used to play Mobile One Rally Championship. That was good. I used to play F1 GP, Jeff Crammond game, F1 GP2, F1 GP3. Never got F1 GP4 though. I had. Oh, I can't remember. Okay, no worries. I just didn't know whether the dice had come through or not. So
I don't think I heard them. No.
I've got them in a separate window, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
If you kill them both, you hurry back to the temple to see the old man. Turn to 263. Oh, hiccups now. Go away, hiccups. As you approach the forbidding temple entrance, the old man begins to walk unsteadily to meet you. Although he looks as ancient as the temple statues, he has brilliant blue eyes that assess you keenly. His voice, too, has no hint of frailty, and you are sure you recognize it from somewhere. You have just destroyed some of the vermin that are infecting this town. My thanks to you, my friend. I am Hugh, Neuberg's sole remaining priest of Oiden. On behalf of the great Lord of Battle and Madness, please accept this gift for slaying our enemies. Hugh hands you a small stoppered bottle and adds, this is a potion of berserk rage. After you've consumed it, you must fight your next battle to the death, and berserker strength will flow in your veins. Okay, it boosts its skill +4 for that battle.
Cool.
Only use it once. Hugh continues, I think you may be the warrior I seek. Please enter the temple and you can rest, eat, and talk further. If you accept this invitation, say so. Do we accept the invitation, or do we continue exploring?
Accept.
I never got to play Assetto Corsa because I didn't have a PC that would run it when it was big. And now that I've got a really good PC, I'm playing Race Room, and tonight I've downloaded iRacing, which apparently is the daddy. So that's the one I'll be streaming mostly. Race Room doesn't have the numbers that iRacing gets. iRacing gets massive numbers of players online.
Morgan, that was funny.
Yes. Thank you, old geezer. I'll be delighted. But no, I mean, think about Assetto Corsa. Yeah, the Assetto Corsa Competizione is the one I would get now. Because it's online gaming. I want multiplayer gaming. So we're accepting. Turn to 398. Hugh leads you into a circular hall where he genuflects, bends his knees, at the trunk of a spindly white branched tree that twists upwards from the centre of the stone floor. He then ushers you into a cramped side chamber. You sit on a low stool and find Hugh standing beside you, holding a knife to your throat.
Nice.
Be still and listen, he hisses. I rescued you from the dungeon of the East Gate because I suspect you may be the warrior that Oiden has foretold will arrive to challenge the evil in this town. If you are the prophesied hero, you have with you a valuable treasure that links you to Neuburg. You must donate the treasure to this temple in order to obtain Oiden's assistance. If you are indeed the chosen one, give me the item now. Neuburg's peril increases hourly. Concealed in your belt, you have a jewel-encrusted ring given to you many years ago by Baron Tholdor. It's your most valued possession. Do we offer him the ring? Say we don't have it, or do we attack him with our sword?
Kick him in the nuts. Who would say that?
Hungar.
Yeah, I'm going with Hungar.
You going for fight? So offer him the ring. Say we don't have it. Give it to him. He seems nice, but in fact he's holding a knife to our throat. Yeah, the excellent. The Hungar thing is working. Root them in the nuts. Is that your doorbell?
Might have been my phone.
Oh, your phone. Yeah. Give him the ring. So at the moment we're on 4 for giving the ring, 2 for fighting. I say this is the last one we're going to have tonight. I am going to wrap it up because I've got work in the morning. So this will be our last decision of the night. Any more votes? More votes. 4 votes for ring, 2 for fight, 1 for lying, so we don't have it. So none for lying. Those are the options. You've got about a minute. Oh dear. I have work tomorrow and I have a game to run tomorrow night. And hopefully a game to play tomorrow afternoon.
So who's running tomorrow? It would be my morning, your afternoon.
It's supposed to be Gene tomorrow.
Okay. And then you're running the middle game.
I'm running MERP in the next.
Okay.
So it's OSE, then MERP. Then I think, is it Axe tomorrow night or not?
Correct. Yeah, I have a busy day tomorrow. I'm going to be up for about 18 hours. Yeah.
You have stamina. You have stamina, young man. Right, we're at 5 for ring. Okay, that is what we will do, and I will leave it there. So we are at 398. Chosen 344. There we go. And I will tuck our character sheet in the book, and the book will go there, and it won't move from that shelf until next Friday. A wedding to plan, wife to kill, and Gildor to frame for it. Yes. Right. So, thank you, Daniel, for popping by. It's been a pleasant little chat.
I just enjoy these evenings.
Yeah. Yeah.
So does my wife, because she doesn't have to deal with me.
Same here. Yeah, I think I don't think the wife was very, very keen for me to move all my stuff up here and just sort of move into the corner and hide myself away. Far too keen, but I don't mind. Don't mind at all. I quite like this. I mean, this corner is actually, it's cozier. I think it's going to be easier to keep warm.
I do like the brick walls, in all honesty. I think they're really cool. I think that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
And as I say, I think I'm gonna for games hang maps and things behind me, so I can just say to the players, "There's the map." Anyone?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a good way of doing it.
I can't remember who said it, but they said put a diffuser on your light.
Right. Okay.
Just so you don't have that really, really bright spot on your back wall. But other than that, I think it's awesome. I love the book rack. I love the bricks. It's cool.
Good. So there we go. And I like the fact, I think it looks like my camera is clearer as well. So I'm guessing it's this computer's processing capability that's made that better. Seems to be. So, right. Anyway, I'm going to be getting a good night's sleep tonight. I've had a beer. I need to be up in 8 hours. I'm going to get a proper night's sleep. I'm going to be in work for 9 o'clock.
Have a good night. Thank you for running the game. Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Daniel.
Night,
Buy some insulation sheets for the slats on the roof, game changer, and warm board for the balls with glow. Okay. Right. Cheers all. Thank you and good night.